In this video, I will show you how to multi-hoop with machine embroidery. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Darcy from Zdigitizing. Before we continue, guys, please make sure to subscribe to this channel for any upcoming videos. There are two types of embroidery machine multi-hooping, and these types are commercial embroidery machine multi-hooping and home embroidery machine multi-hooping. The main difference between these two types of hatch embroidery is in the hoop's structure. On a retail level, the hoop's shape in commercial embroidery machine multi-hooping is rounded and ring-shaped. However, on a home industry level, the structure in embroidery machine multi-hooping is quadrilateral and is a four-sided figure. And by multi-hooping machine embroidery on the home level, the magnitude of 5:7 can be obtained. In embroidery machine hooping, you should mainly focus on circular embroidery machine multi-hooping because in this way you can perform perfect multi-hooping and stuff is gripped more firmly and safely. However, for in-home level of embroidery machine multi-hooping, the hoop shape is right-angled, so stuff is not clasped securely and firmly by this machine embroidery hooping style. In embroidery machine multi-hooping, it is common to observe that after performing the hooping process, embroiderers use screwdrivers for firming hoops to the full extent. However, this practice gives rise to burning the hoops, so do not apply this process on stuff that you are supervising. Otherwise, things will be made longer and could rip. Before performing embroidery machine multi-hooping, you should have complete knowledge about how to do multi-hoop machine embroidery. Embroidery machine multi-hooping steps are described below, and you can learn a multi-hooping step by step following these steps. Number 1, arrange items and hoop. For best multi-hooping, first of all, seize a small piece of cloth that you want to sew on and divide it in two, and put the squeeze on it, and this will give you a clear idea about what way you can preset the slot in between each part of the hoop, and when the cloth is divided into two, how much density it contains. In multi-hoop embroidery, by following this step, you will not need to put much effort on firming the hoop after you have hooped the cloth because of already presetting it to its correct fit, and the hoop will not burn on fabric. In embroidery machine multi-hooping, you will need to separate in between sections around similar sizes, like graphically estimated turned up cloth, by taking a hoop and drawing the area containing the adjustable knob and making it loose. Number 2, hooping items. In machine embroidery multi-hooping, the second step is to make the adaptable part of the knob farther from you by placing the lower part of the hoop upon the table. Now in machine embroidery hooping, you need to get a hold of the upper half and in a single constant motion propel it ahead and downwards into the lower half part of the hoop for putting it together after the step of accurately placing your stuff and stabilizer upon the peak of the lower half portion of the one that is placed on the table. You do not require opposing the upper part of the hoop for pressing the hoop inside, but if you did an accurate presetting, there would be a minimal struggle in it for embroidery machine multi-hooping. In embroidery machine multi-hooping, the vital point is that after hooping the cloth, do not try to screw up the loop by balancing the knob. Grasp the cloth standing out of the extended corner of the hoop and draw it mildly in embroidery machine multi-hooping. Then make the hoop as tight as the drum ready-made by taking up and pressing in the areas moderately. When you have followed these steps correctly, then you can initiate sewing by putting a hoop on the machine. Some schemes and methods of working are given below, which prove very helpful in doing any embroidery machine multi-hooping project. Utilize accurate magnitude of hoop. If you are using a perfect sized hoop nearest to the embroidery outline you are working on, you will obtain excellent outcomes. Utilize drawing pins in place of lengthy and conical hoops. When you are required to place your stuff safely in its position, and the hoop is right angled, you should utilize T-pins. Drawing pins can damage things, so don't use them on expensive items. Utilize bilateral strips. Using bilateral strips is very useful in Embroidery Machine Multi-Hooping when dealing with pure, greasy or flexible stuff. Never make hoops too hard. When Embroidery Machine Multi-Hooping, you should never make hoops too hard because it will make cloth burn and cause harm to the embroidery design. Conclusion. By following both steps, the first one is to arrange stuff and hoop, and the second is the hooping of the items described above in detail, you can quickly learn Embroidery Machine Multi-Hooping and Hatch Embroidery. Do you need a digitizing service for your embroidery machine with super fast turnaround and excellent quality? Just click the link below and get a free quote in less than 5 minutes. Hope it will be helpful for you guys. If there's any questions related to this video, you can simply ask in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And finally, thanks for watching.